Well, hey, and welcome to part one of the basic ProPresenter tutorial. In the series, I'll be covering pretty much everything that ProPresenter has to offer. I'm doing this with mainly the perspective of Word of Life Church, but if you're from elsewhere, just happen to find this on YouTube, welcome. Everything here may not apply to you, but feel free to keep watching. So, starting from the very beginning, this is what ProPresenter looks like, and what it is it's a display software for mainly church-based production teams where you can show lyrics and videos and graphics and all of that. It's kind of a one-stop shop as far as the CG world goes. So starting off up here on the top left corner, we have our preview window. This is what ProPresenter is outputting right now to either your projector or your video switcher, depending on what you have hooked up and what your setup is. So at any time, you can look up here and know that whatever you see here is what is outputting the screens. Next up, we have our library, and this is where all of our documents are stored. So what we can do here is say we have a song that we want to search for, let's say Glory to Glory. And we can search for that, and here's Glory to Glory right here. Click on that, it will show us the document over here. Down here, we have our playlist section. And to the right of that, we have all of our documents in that playlist. And a document is basically a kind of a placeholder for different media items like slides or graphics or videos, anything of that nature. And normally you'll organize it per song or different note sections or, sermon notes or things like that. Basically, any part of the service that will be in this playlist. And a playlist is just a collection of documents, and we'll get more into that later. So there's that. Pretty easy navigation here is to go to whatever playlist that you're in, and generally a playlist will be one service. So I'm in the weekend playlist here. We have While I'm Waiting. Click on that. We have all the While I'm Waiting slides. We have Offering Notes, which is just one. Great are you, Lord, greater than all, and then our message. So there's that. We also have the contiguous button here, and what that does is normally the way it's set up is you just see one document, the document that you have selected over here. But if we hit this button to where it's activated, we see all of the documents in the entire playlist. So we have the message all the way at the bottom. If we scroll up, we have Greater Than All, up to Greater You Lord, up to Offering Notes, and up to While I'm Waiting. We can also create folders of playlists, which is neat. So if we come down here to the new button, we can create a new document, a new playlist, a new group folder, or a couple other things. So I'm going to create a new group folder, and I'll name this Sunday. And I'll create another one named, and if you have one selected, it will create a folder within that, and I believe you can just drag it out of that to take it out of the Sunday folder, and I'll make a new one called Prayer, and within that, you can put different playlists. So you have folders, which is your top level, and then within that, you can create another folder if you need, or you can just put different playlists inside that folder. So say these three playlists were for Sunday, I can drag those in, and now it keeps things cleaner because I can just undo Sunday like that. And let's say we have this prayer one. Normally you'd have more than one prayer playlist that would go in here. Otherwise the use of folders is kind of negated. But it's kind of a way of keeping things organized. If you don't deal with many playlists, there's not a huge point to it. So I'll just undo these changes and delete these. You can right click and delete if you want. You have two slide display modes. If you are already a volunteer, you're probably used to seeing the other one here. This one shows the what the slide looks like, essentially, but if you're using a keyed out background like we are, it can be a little bit difficult to see. But if we come down here, we have these two modes. You have slide mode, and I guess it's called grid view. And you also have table view, and we usually use table view here because it's a little bit easier. So we have that. We click on table view, and this will show the content of each slide. So you can see the slide here. It's a little bit smaller of a thumbnail, but here we have the content of each slide, and it's easier if you're using a keyed out background. Now, if you're using the grid view, neat trick is to, if you want to make it bigger or smaller, you can drag this little slider here, and it will make the slides bigger or smaller depending on what suits your needs. I don't think it does anything. Oh, it does do. Learn something every day. It does do that in grid or table view as well, which is neat. So you can see more at one time or less, depending on what suits you need. Something that we're going to be going back and forth to throughout this is ProPresenter preferences. The way we get to that is we hit ProPresenter 6 up here and then preferences. So there's that. Alternatively, you can, what I like to do is you can command comma. So you hold down command, hit comma, that'll open up preferences. We'll get to more of this later. Another trick that I learned recently is if your mouse is off screen somewhere and you can't seem to find it, like here, if you hold down Option on your keyboard, hit M is in mouse, it'll bring your mouse to the center, just like that. So Option M, pretty cool. Those are just a couple little tricks that I have here. And I think that'll do it for part 1, and I'll see you back in part 2.